Hello everyone, my name is Kleinen, and today I'm going to be reviewing all 20 of my Gfuel flavors. This is a video I've had on the back burner that I've wanted to do for a long time, and now that I'm recording the intro after I've recorded the entire rest of the body of the video, this took a month. Granted, I kind of procrastinated, but whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. This is listed in alphabetical order. If I remember, I'll divide up the video. If you scroll, hopefully the flavor names will be there. If I can figure out how to do that, I don't actually know. But anyway, yeah, hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm pretty proud of this one. This is one that took a while to make. It's not really special. There's not a whole lot here. It's just me drinking and reviewing Gfuel, but I'm proud of this video, so I hope you guys like it. Okay, for some reason I decided to do this list in alphabetical order, which means up for the very first is the dreaded Blood, Sweat, and Tears. This flavor is... oof. What were they thinking when they did this? What was I thinking when I bought it? Listen, Blood, Sweat, and Tears has a flavor profile of cinnamon candy. So when I initially bought it, I love cinnamon candy. So I thought I would love this drink. And then I realized that, it doesn't really transfer well into a drink and tastes like a cold, rainy day. A cold, sad, depressing rainy day is what this tastes like. Honestly, it barely has any flavor, to be honest. It's just like water with a hint of cinnamon. To the point that it's drinkable, but I don't know if I'll ever just pour myself a cup of this willingly. I have so many other banger flavors that I have, I don't see why I would be going out of my way to grab myself a nice fresh cup of Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's probably a good one to start the list off with, because it's one that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are curious about. It's fine. I don't know. There are so many other better options. Just don't buy it. Alright, now we move on to my absolute favorite Gfuel flavor, so immediately I'm gonna have to obviously give this one a 10 out of 10. This one is Crimson Tears. This flavor is so good. It's a prickly pear flavor profile, and it's just the best Gfuel flavor I had. There's some other flavors are pretty good. They come close, maybe like a 9 out of 10, but I don't know if I have any other flavor that is a full out 10 out of 10. Maybe, I don't know. I can't tell you right now. I have to try through all of them again, but this flavor is so good. I don't know if it's still available on their store, but if you're a Gfuel fan and you haven't had Crimson Tears, oh my god. Crimson Tears is up there, I think, with Divine Peach and Sage Mode. I know Divine Peach is really good. I've never had it in the tub. I've only had the can, but the can was really good. So, but I think it's debatable. It's like an acquired taste. It's not one that everyone likes, which but it's up there for me. It's absolute top tier S tier flavor. It's incredible. All of my Gfuel tubs, this is the only one that I've gotten down more than halfway. Because I just have I have so many. I have a problem is what I have. But I also got 2 collector's boxes and 1 extra tub of this, which this is the other tub that wasn't in the collector's box. I still have a full nother tub of Crimson Tears that I haven't even opened yet. In the other collector's box, I say a lot, I'm sorry. I'm bad at commentary. The other collector's box I gave to a friend, so he has the other collector's box with the shaker and the cup and everything. The shaker and the cup? The shaker and the tub and everything. So, but yeah, this, if you love Gfuel and you haven't had this flavor, you are missing out. Oh my god. Up next, we have the biggest disappointment of my Gfuel career. Spyro's Dragon Fruit. And let me explain why. I love Dragon Fruit as a flavor. I just pulled my computer. I love Dragon Fruit as a flavor. Gfuel does not do that flavor justice. At all. Look how unappetizing this shit looks. Why does it look like that? It just does not look good. That's not... Dragon Fruit is supposed to be pink. Or purple, maybe. When I think of Dragon Fruit. This is just borderline black. It's a really, really dark purple. Not appetizing. Actually, the flavor itself is pretty good. I lied. Listen, I had this once when it came out, and since then I haven't had it, so give me a break. Okay, it's alright, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. The color of it is just not appetizing, and it doesn't really taste like dragon fruit to me. It tastes kind of grapey almost. Like, I've had dragon fruit before, and even though the flavor's okay, all right, it's not rancid. Even though the color looks horrible, it's not a bad flavor itself, but it doesn't taste like dragon fruit. Is why it disappointed me. All right, so the next flavor on our list is FaZe Freeze, which has a flavor profile of Arctic citrus, which isn't very clear. In my opinion, it tastes like the white flavor, you know, like it tastes like white Gatorade, white Monster, somewhere along those lines. It has a similar taste to that. It's obviously a white color, you can't see it in this cup, but it kind of tastes like a even mix of white Gatorade and white Monster. It's that kind of flavor that it has. This one is really good though. I don't think it's available anymore after they ended their deal with FaZe. I don't think they're doing any FaZe flavors anymore because they rebranded FaZe Berry. I don't know if you can still get like FaZe X and stuff like that. FaZe X is garbage anyway. But yeah, this one is really good. This is one that I don't see a lot talked about. Not a lot of people got or talk about FaZe Freeze, and it's a really good flavor in my opinion. Alright, next up we've got green lemonade with 4 E's. I know I keep saying this a lot, but green lemonade is genuinely one of my favorites. I really love just citrus kind of flavors anyway. I love lemonade in general, so of course I'm going to love green lemonade. I don't know why they call it green lemonade, because I'm pretty sure the flavor profile is just regular ass lemonade. It is super good though. I really love this flavor. Pretty sure it's a BOGO exclusive though, so you can't get it unless you buy it during a BOGO. And of course I'm biased because I absolutely love lemonade. Lemonade is just like one of my favorite drinks in general. And I love Gfuel, so you know, lemonade Gfuel, of course I'm going to be all over it. But green lemonade is a super good flavor. 9 out of 10. Yeah, green lemonade is pretty good. There's probably a reason it's a BOGO exclusive flavor. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with this one. Who doesn't like lemonade, right? If you see it, I would recommend getting it because it's not always available. And BOGOs don't come up. They come up pretty often, but not super often. So if you like lemonade, definitely get this one. I don't think you can go wrong with it. It is super good. I don't know who the hell doesn't like lemonade. It really just tastes like straight up lemonade. Gfuel lemonade. There isn't much else to say. If you like Gfuel and you like lemonade, pick this flavor up. It's super good. You won't regret it, trust me. Alright, so the next flavor we have up on our list is Hive Nectar, and this one is a very popular flavor. A lot of people really like this one. It's one that had a lot of demand to come back, and currently, I'm pretty sure right now anyway, is the most demanded flavor to be in cans. So a lot of people really like this flavor. It's a pretty popular one, and I'm super happy I got it because it's popular for a reason. It's really good. I know I give out this rating a lot, but I would give Hive Nectar a solid 8 out of 10. I might even give it a 9 because it's one of my dailies. It's one of my favorites. Hive Nectar's up there with Naruto Sage Mode, which alphabetically we haven't gotten to yet, so I just ruined my rating of Sage Mode. But Crimson Tears 2, it's up there. It's one of my absolute favorite Gfuel flavors that I've gotten. Not much to say about it. The flavor profile is like orange tangerine. I really like Hive Nectar. I'm not going to go on for as long as I was talking about Crimson Tears about it, but Hive Nectar is one of my absolute favorites. Super good. If you get the chance, try it. It's awesome. Right, next up we have a flavor that I really didn't like at the beginning, but later it grew on me. This is Isaac's Tears. And initially I got it because I really like The Binding of Isaac. It's not a game I've played on the channel a lot, it's one that I prefer to play on my free time, just off camera, but also the flavor profile sounded really good, which was white grape pineapple, but I don't feel like it fits that flavor profile very well. It doesn't taste like that really, and the smell really throws you off, because it initially smells like if you ever brush your teeth and you have those chewing tablets that turn your teeth purple, where you need to brush, the powder smells like one of those. It's bad. But yeah, I now think this flavor is pretty good. I might be biased because I just love The Binding of Isaac, but this color is also very good looking. I really like the way this looks. I would have probably rated it around a 6 out of 10 before, but now I think I'm going to bump it up to an 8 out of 10. I'm realizing I'm spending too much time on these, and this video might get really long if I keep spending a really long amount of time on these, but Isaac's Tears is really good. Alright, so the next flavor we have is one of the least talked about and one of the weirdest in my whole collection. This is Dead by Daylight's Liquid Lullaby, which has a caramel apple flavor profile, and I've actually only had this flavor once when it first came out. And I did a Dead by Daylight stream when I got it, but I don't know. I only had it once, so then again I can barely remember if it was good or not, but I don't really think it was. I think it was just okay. We gotta put it in the Dead by Daylight cup, of course. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just like I think it's leaning more on the good side. Like if mid is a 5 out of 10, this is a 6 out of 10. Caramel apple does get along pretty good though. It more so tastes like caramel apple candy than it does actual caramel apple. It's one that I will drink very rarely. Whenever I do drink it, I need like an excuse to, like it's October or I'm actively playing Dead by Daylight or something. It's okay, I just have so many better flavors. It's not one I usually go out of my way to have, but I do still like it. It's more of a collector's item than anything because it was very limited stock and it blew out of stock so fast. Again, it's pretty good. I just have so many better Gfuel flavors that usually this one gets skipped out on. Alright, next up, in my opinion, I have one of the most safe flavors of Gfuel to get. This is Miami Nights. Pretty much everyone I've talked about with this has synonymously agreed that this is a very good flavor. Miami Nights has a flavor profile of strawberry, pineapple, coconut. So basically, a strawberry pina colada. And every single person I've talked to just agrees that this flavor is super good. Yeah, it's definitely one I think you can't go wrong with. Like, if you're picking up Gfuel for the first time and you don't know what you want one of your first flavors to be, this one is definitely one of the safer options. It's super good. A solid. This is going to be a rare rating because I personally don't drink this one very often, but I will 100% say it's a 10 out of 10 flavor just because I can't nitpick anything bad about it. It's just completely solid. There's not a single thing about the flavor I don't like. There are some flavors I like more, and this one's not one of my dailies. I might start drinking more now, because again, I haven't had it in a while, and I go through phases of the ones I like and don't like, so I'll probably drink this one more for a little bit, and then drop it, and then start drinking it again. But I will give this one a 10 out of 10 just because it's such a completely solid flavor. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about it. It's just so good in every way. Alright, next up we have the only hydration flavor in my whole collection, and this is Moonberry, which is inspired by Moon Knight, and the main thing carrying this flavor is just that I love Moon Knight. I'm not usually big on Gfuel hydration flavors, but I think it is good to have maybe a few of them, because sometimes you do want the taste of Gfuel, but you don't want all the caffeine that's with it, so there's one of Gfuel hydration comes in handy. As for the taste though, I will say I am pleasantly surprised with the taste. I think you'll have to bear with me here. I think the flavor profile is like blueberry agave. I know it's blueberry something, but I forget what the second flavor is, but I'm like 73% sure it's agave. But it is pretty good. But again, the main reason I got this flavor was because of Moon Knight. So the flavor profile when I saw it initially, I didn't think I was going to like it too much to begin with, which was probably a stupid purchase option. There was a Mountain Dew Energy I had a while ago that had the same flavor profile of blueberry agave, and I liked that one, and this Gfuel tastes damn near similar, like almost the exact same to that. It is pretty good though. I obviously can't speak for the other hydration flavors, but I can say this one is pretty solid. I do wish that they made it in an energy version. Not much to say about it. Solid 7 out of 10. It is pretty good. I have no idea what to say about it. It's good, alright? I like Moon Knight. Alright, our next flavor is the very first flavor of Gfuel I ever bought, and I sort of bought it on impulse. There was a time that I really thought Morbius memes were funny, which led me to buy Morbius Plasma. This tub is so dark, you can barely see the design on it. And I went to go see Morbius when it came out. Biggest regret of my life, but this actually got me super hooked on Gfuel because this flavor is really good. It's super underrated. I don't hear anyone talk about this. This has a flavor profile of nectarine, and I'm differentiating this as Morbius Plasma versus just Plasma because this flavor is technically just called Plasma on the tub, but also the Dead Space flavor is called Plasma. So I wanted to make sure I separated those two. make sure people know this is the Morbius one. Yeah, this one does give me quite a bit of nostalgia drinking because it was the first flavor I had a lot. I drank it so much. All the other flavors I got were kind of mid. Because I got it in part of a BOGO, and the other flavors I got were FaZe Freeze, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and Party Punch. So I drank this one a lot. You can't get it anymore, but it has been rebranded as... What's the orange? Clyde? Is Clyde the orange ghost in Pac-Man? Yeah. Right? Half the reason I wanted this was because of the Morbius one. But honestly, this is a super solid flavor. This is one of my absolute favorites. I have got to give it a 10 out of 10 for emotional reasons and just taste-wise. But I think it's really good. I really enjoy this flavor a lot. And again, it's so underrated. I never hear anyone talk about this flavor. Alright, up next on our list, we have Party Punch. This one is not that great either. The Party Punch flavor profile is supposed to be that of fruity cereal, and when I heard fruity cereal, I was expecting something like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops, but it tastes more like Captain Crunch All Berries. I bought this flavor almost a year ago, and I've had it 3 times since. One of those times being right now. It's just not... Again, it's okay. It's like the epitome of mid. It's not horrible to me. It's just... It's drinkable. It's tolerable. It's okay. But also, Blood, Sweat, and Tears and this flavor were both part of my first BOGO, and then I didn't know anything about Gfuel. It was the first time I'd ever bought Gfuel tubs in my life, and I didn't know what flavors were good or bad, and I ended up buying 2 of the worst on the whole website. It's hard to pin the profile down. I personally think it's alright. It's like a solid mid. It's like a 5 or 6 out of 10, which is probably a higher rating than most people would give it. Scratch the 5. Solid 6. Solid 6 out of 10. It's okay. I like it to a degree, but I just have so many other better flavors that this one just gets sent to the back burner all the time. Alright, so the next flavor we have is the Rick and Morty flavor, which is Portal Fluid. Technically, the flavor is called Unstable Portal Fluid with unstable crossed out. Nobody calls it Unstable Portal Fluid. The flavor is just Portal Fluid. But yeah, the flavor profile on this one is Strawberry Limeade. The last time I had this flavor, I don't remember liking it too much. Then again, it's been a while, so we'll pick it back up again. I think I last had this in, like, September. Yeah, it's alright. It just tastes very, like, artificial, which I guess is understandable. But I don't know. It's just... It's so artificial that it almost tastes like toothpaste to a point. Like fruit flavored toothpaste. It's just, it's okay. I think it's okay. I definitely have so many other better flavors though. This one kind of gets kicked to the side. But I do like it. I'm a little less enthusiastic about it now because Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty controversies. I have been called some names for carrying this cup around. So, you know, I used to be a super huge fan of Rick and Morty, but since this happened with Justin Roiland, I don't know how to feel about it. We'll see how the show goes. We'll see if it goes in a different direction or not, but the value of this set has definitely depreciated. So, is that the right word? Depreciated? Gone down. Maybe around a 6 out of 10? A 6 out of 10. It's okay. I like the flavor. It's alright, but I just have so many other better ones, and I think it definitely could have been better. I don't know. It's just not. It's just, I don't feel it. It's not hitting for me. All right. Next up is the flavor inspired by Carnage, which is Red Ooze, and this was one of the first flavors I picked up because I had it in a can. And obviously, I think most people before they buy tubs of Gfuel try flavors in cans just to see if you like it, of course, before spending $30 on a can. But the can of this flavor in a can was god tier. It was so good, but the powder, the tub, just to me, it doesn't live up to that hype. Like 11 out of 10 in the can. I'm not exaggerating here. Red Ooze in the can used to be my all-time favorite flavor. It was so good. But I don't know why the tub just doesn't hit the same. Like that 10 out of 10 for the can gets dropped down to like an 8 out of 10 for the tub. I don't know why. I think this flavor is best when carbonated. Like if I mixed it with some sparkling water instead of normal water and then made it, it'd probably be a little better. but I just think the can was miles better than the tub, which you won't hear me say about like any other flavor. It just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't have as much flavor. Maybe it's the consistency anyway of the powder and the Red Ooze one. If you've had the Red Ooze Gfuel and then you have any other flavor, you'll know that the consistency of the powder is really weird. I don't know if I can demonstrate it here, but it's very like finite. Hopefully I don't spill shit everywhere. But I can dump it back into the actual tub here and you'll see like it's very, I don't know, it's very like a finite kind of texture. You see how it falls sort of like sand? None of the other powders do that. And then this next flavor, which is Sage Mode, I'm pretty sure alphabetically, I'll demonstrate what normal powder is supposed to look like, but this is very different from all the other consistencies of powder. So, I don't know, still a good flavor, I think, but I'm just ranting now that the can was so much better. You can't even get this flavor anymore. I hope they rebrand the sour black cherry flavor in a different tub anyway, and hopefully remaster it, because something's weird with the powder here. No other Gfuel I have has a powder consistency like this one does. This is what most Gfuel powder consistencies are. It's like this. It's like what you would normally expect when hearing like powder, like it gets stuck in there and I have to tap on it to get the rest of it to fall. This is what the consistency of normal Gfuel is. All of my other Gfuel tubs have that same kind of consistency, but for some reason the Red Ooze has like a weird, like almost sandy kind of texture to the powder. It's super weird. I don't know what causes that. Alright, next up, I know I've said that a lot of Gfuel flavors in this video are super good, but this one is definitely 100% one of my favorites. This is so good. This one is Naruto's Sage Mode, and oh my god, do I love Naruto's Sage Mode. The flavor profile is Polymo White Peach, and oh my god, is this flavor so fucking good. Naruto's Sage Mode is an immediate 10 out of 10. One of my dailies, absolutely amazing. The can is pretty good too. If you've had the can, then you're already experiencing half of it, but the tub, the tub of, it's the opposite of what I was saying before. The can is pretty good, okay? The can is awesome, but the tub of this flavor is so amazing. I absolutely love this one. Sage Mode goes so hard, and most of the Gfuel community agrees. You will have a very hard time finding anyone who doesn't like Sage Mode. I have a friend who doesn't even like the flavor of peach and likes Naruto's Sage Mode. It's such a banger flavor. You cannot go wrong with it. I need to check on Gfuel's website to see if they're still selling it, because I'm running low, in fact. I want to see if it's still available. Hang on. Okay, I just checked. Naruto's Sage Mode is still available, which, good. At this point, I don't think Sage Mode is going to go anywhere because of the massive success it's had, because this flavor is so good. Absolute banger flavor. I could rant about this all day. I won't, but just so you know, Naruto's Sage Mode is an absolute 10 out of 10. I adore this flavor. It's so good. And I love Naruto too. It's not something I've talked about the channel before, I don't think, but I love Naruto. So, yeah, this flavor is it's fantastic. Try it. Alright, so the next one up on our list is Sour Pewdiepie. I don't actually have the normal Pewdiepie flavor, but I have had it in a tub. I should clarify that I'm going over all of the tubs I own, which means I'm not including starter pack or can flavors that I've tried. I won't be reviewing those, but I have had them before. Sour Pewdiepie, in my opinion, doesn't taste very different from normal Pewdiepie, because Gfuel doesn't make their sour drinks too sour, because I'm pretty sure they're afraid if they do, people won't buy them. Yeah, it honestly is not that sour. It's really similar to normal Pewdiepie. It is really good though. Pewdiepie is obviously a top tier flavor. There's a reason it's the most popular on the whole website. But honestly, the main reason I got it was because it was like going to be super limited, and it was part of a BOGO. It released during a BOGO, and I knew that it probably would have sold out really quickly if I didn't get it. And I'm happy I got it because the flavor is really good, but it tastes a lot like the next flavor we're about to review in a minute, which I recorded before this segment, so it might make no sense. It tastes a lot like Sour Power, which is the Knuckles flavor, and I got the Knuckles flavor before this one, so I am slightly disappointed because this is an instance where I have two flavors that are basically the exact same. And there are a few cases of that which I haven't talked about yet, if my sense of the alphabet is right. I don't think I've gotten to either of the flavors I'm thinking about at the moment, but yeah, it is really good. But the thing is, it tastes very similar to Sour Power, which is sour raspberry candy, and Sour Pewdiepie is sour lingonberry. And lingonberry is hard to describe because it's like a Swedish fruit, and it's pretty, like, it's a weird and rare flavor. Not many people really know what it tastes like, but it tastes a lot like Sour Power. It tastes a lot like kind of that artificial raspberry flavor, so... Again, super good flavor, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. It's one of the top tier ones I have, but again, it just tastes like a lot like Sour Power, which is a flavor I already had. So it is kind of disappointing when you have so many flavors of Gfuel and two taste similar. Alright, here this flavor that we have is Knuckles Sour Power, which the flavor is described as a sour raspberry candy. I haven't had this one in a minute. It was one of my favorites though when I first got it. Let's see if it still lives up to the hype it gave me. It really does. This one is one of my favorites. Sour Power it tastes very similar to Sour Pewdiepie, which, if I'm thinking alphabetically right, we would have had right before this. Sour Power and Sour Pewdiepie are very similar in flavor. They're like almost the exact same. But this one I like almost a little bit better. It's just the slight difference that makes me like it more. It is really good though. The raspberry is very artificial, as you would guess, because it's a raspberry candy flavor. It's not really raspberry, but it is really good. It's not too sour. I think actually most of the sour Gfuel flavors aren't very sour. This one specifically isn't very sour, I don't think. But it's sour enough that it gets the job done. Yeah, this one's definitely up there as one of my top 5. It's really good. Okay, so next up we have what is probably my most controversial flavor in my collection. This one is Sugar Plum, which the community is very divided upon. I'm pretty sure the flavor profile is like rainbow candy, but it's really weird. There isn't really an exact description as to what it's supposed to be. What mainly drew me to this was that the tub looked pretty, which is probably a pretty girly thing to say while wearing black, but I think it looks nice. I like the color scheme, okay? And I can definitely see why other people wouldn't like this one. It's very sweet. But personally, I really like it. I'm pretty divided on this one too, because drinking it, I can 1000% see how other people would not like it. I like it, but if you don't like it, I completely understand. It's definitely not for everyone. It's definitely an acquired taste, I think. Yeah, to me it's just incredibly sweet. It almost tastes like the powder in a baby bottle pop, if you've ever had one of those. It tastes like that. It just tastes like the straight powder that you put it in. It's really sweet for a drink that has no sugar. But it really just tastes like flat out candy, which I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like it. It's not battery acid. I'm going to give this a very dangerous rating of a 9 out of 10. I know, it's horrible. How could I say such blasphemy? I think it's good. It's really sweet. I can understand why other people wouldn't like it, but it's definitely not like Sonic's Chili Dogs. It's not gonna kill you if you drink it. I think it's really good. Alright, we're nearing the end here with our second to last flavor, which is the boys-inspired Temp V. The flavor profile on this one is sour lemon limeade, and as you can probably tell throughout this list so far, I love my sour Gfuel flavors, and this one is definitely no exception. This is another flavor that I think is like underrated. It's pretty slept on. It's one of the more sour flavors that I have. I would like for Gfuel to make a super sour drink, but whenever they do make a sour Gfuel flavor, it's not really sour, it's just a little bit. But this one is definitely one of the more sour flavors of the ones that I do have. I think the only one that beats it out might be Red Ooze. I really do love the lemon limeade flavor. It tastes a lot like Sprite. So I don't really think you can go wrong with it. If you like Sprite or 7-Up or any kind of lemon lime drink, this is probably a good direction to go in. I think Temp V is super underrated. I don't know why I never hear anyone talk about it. I see people post their BOGO reviews on Reddit with Temp V as part of it, and all the comments will say not to get Temp V. I don't know what people are talking about. It's at least a solid, like, 7 out of 10. I would give it a higher rating, but it tastes a lot like our next flavor, which I like a little bit more. So, personal bias, I gotta knock this one down a point. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10, but I gotta knock it down since our next flavor tastes very similar to this one. It's still pretty good though. Alright, the very last flavor that we have today is Pewdiepie's Yuzu Slash. The flavor profile on this one is a yuzu fruit, but I'm guessing most of you don't know what that is. A yuzu is just basically like, it's a Japanese lemon. It's essentially this is lemon flavor. That's all it really is. It is very good. I think it tastes a lot just like traditional lemonade, like normal ass lemonade. I think it tastes a lot more like normal lemonade than green lemonade does, which is funny because green lemonade is just supposed to be normal lemonade. It is super good though, and I know I keep saying that about like every flavor of Gfuel. I keep saying, this flavor's really good, this flavor's really good. Gfuel as a whole is really good. Most of the flavors are bangers. There's a lot that you can't go wrong with. This is one of them, I think. It's really good. Obviously had to put it in the Pewdiepie cup, of course. But again, it is super good. A solid, like, 8 out of 10, probably. I'm gonna be dead honest, I don't know if it's still available. I think it is. I'm not too updated, but pretty sure you can still get Yuzu Slash. I don't know why they would discontinue it anyway. But again, it is super good. Definitely one of my favorites. I just love citrus flavors anyway. As you've probably seen, I have a lot of citrusy, lemonade kind of flavors, for Gfuel. But yeah, Yuzu Slash. Super good. I think it's a pretty good one to end out on, because Yuzu Slash, I think, is a very good flavor. You can't go wrong with it. As the video comes to a close, I must bring up my 2 honorable mentions, which are Tiger's Blood and Wumpa Fruit. These are both flavors that I did buy, but gave away to a friend because I was not a huge fan of them. Tiger's Blood really just tasted like toothpaste to me. I don't know if you've ever had like that Colgate Kids watermelon toothpaste. This thing? Yeah, it tasted like that, like almost exactly. It was uncanny. Tiger's Blood is fine, but I didn't like it a lot, and one of my other friends who I gave it to first tried it and he really liked it, so I gave it to him instead because I didn't really like it that much. And I do like to clear out some of my Gfuel flavors to make room for new ones. But yeah, I didn't like Tiger's Blood that much. I mainly got it because it was part of a BOGO. Everyone else wanted to get it. It just came out as a reskin, but because before it was like classified V2 or something. So I did pick it up. I had it like 3 or 4 times, and I thought it was okay, but I just decided to give it away because my friend really liked it, and I was not the biggest fan. Our next one we have is Wumpa Fruit, which I gave to the same friend because he's a really big Crash Bandicoot fan, but also, I absolutely love, this is a Red Ooze situation, I absolutely love the can of Wumpa Fruit, but the tub just didn't hit the same. It just didn't taste the same. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, I can't explain it. The tub just does not taste the same as the can at all. I still really like the can, but I don't know. Sometimes the tubs just don't hit the same. Sometimes the cans are way better. It really just depends, but I did not like the Wumpa Fruit tub that much, so I also gave that one away to a friend. But yeah, those are the honorable mentions. Those are the only 2 Gfuel tubs that I've given away so far. I'll probably give some of the other ones to my friends. I'm not a big enough YouTuber to do a giveaway. Do not ask me. I'll probably give some of my other ones away, because I'm sure, like, one of my friends is probably watching this, and he's waiting till the end, and all the flavors I said were mid or I didn't like, he's gonna ask for them. Hi, Aiden. You think I don't know you? I know you. I know you, bud. I know exactly what you're up to. Gfuel! You guys should sponsor me. Yeah, give me that sponsorship. I think I actually can sign up for one. I should do that. They don't normally give you the sponsorship. You can sign up for a sponsorship. And I didn't know that until a few days ago when I was looking on their website and I was fucking around, and then I saw that you can apply for a Gfuel sponsorship. So I should probably do that. Anyway, yeah, if you're debating getting Gfuel, maybe this list helps you decide on what flavors to get. I don't know. If you have similar tastes I do, then maybe, but everyone's different, so it's really up to you to experiment. I have experimented, and I have been disappointed with quite a few flavors, but here's the thing. Some flavors I have gotten and I dislike, but there are so many more that I've gotten and I absolutely love. That's my justification. Remember when I uploaded actual content instead of just talking about Gfuel for a half hour? Anyway, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you have a good day. Klein Den, out.